Welcoming Captain Screw. This is Captain Reacts to The Devs Don't Care About You.
We always talk about how games were better back then. Like, if you want to enjoy games like you used to, you have to play them like you used to. Blizzard doesn't care.
All right, we're gonna keep watching. All right, we're gonna listen to everything. I'm gonna tell you so far, I think this guy's full of shit.
They got what they wanted, millions of copies sold, and that's mostly due to the name of the game.
What are we hitting on Blizzard because they sold millions of copies? Were they just supposed to sell one copy and make no money?
Well, there was no specific.
How can you say that the devs don't care about the fan base? We just had a 2-hour live stream. How did you get? And they gave us every. Okay,
but
whatever.
That's just kind of like, what's the word for that? That's just kind of like your opinion, man. Like, that's not. There's not a lot of data.
Tell them, bro. Tell them.
The devs don't either care. I don't know. Like, I've seen them like try to fix things. Like, I've seen it. I'm in the program, and I've seen them directly ask for feedback, and then I've seen them directly listen and directly respond. I haven't been contributing as much, to be honest, as I did with Immortal, where I spent a lot of time with feedback. But I've seen it happen.
The game just came out.
So that's my opinion on that side. As far as they got what they wanted, 1 million copies sold, yeah, probably. The one thing I wasn't happy with, and the farthest I'll go towards your side, I'll offer an olive branch, which is that I would prefer if games do not have prepaid early access.
No! No. If Captain ever makes a video game, prepaid early access, and it's probably going to be longer than just 4 days. Prepaid early access. It's a moneymaker. It's a business. You make money. If you can make money giving prepaid early access, okay, sorry. All the streamers are going to buy it. If it's a good game, all the streamers are going to buy it. Like, that's, okay, all right.
All right, I don't have problems paying $70 for a game. I paid $60 for a Super Nintendo game forever ago.
I paid a lot more than that for a lot of those games.
I get it's hard to spend money on the games, but it's like, it's hard for me to complain about a full retail price when I have mostly played games that have infinite money caps. You have to realize.
Yeah, I don't play those games.
So it's like, when I go into a game, it's like, you just tell me the price of the game, and
I
I will purchase the game if I think it looks like fun. If I don't think it was worth the money after having purchased it, I would say that was a bummer of a purchase. But I'm not suddenly going to get mad I purchased it because it's a flat fee. However,
all right. If you went to a fast food restaurant and you're like me and you like bacon cheeseburgers and you buy a bacon cheeseburger and it's delicious. It's fantastic. It's the best fucking one you've ever had. You're going to go back. You're going to buy another one, right? Okay. Me too. Now, if you go to a different place and you get a bacon cheeseburger and it tastes like absolute fucking shit, are you going to buy another one from that restaurant? No, you're going to go back to the place that has the good restaurant. It's the same thing with video games. If you bought Diablo 3 and you hated it, why would you buy Diablo 4? Or at least not go find a streamer to see the gameplay and see if you think you would enjoy it. See if they fix the things in Diablo 3 before you would, go and spend another $100 on a game. So I don't understand why this guy's bitching.
And I'm in these like mobile games where you're infinitely putting in stuff on over and over again, buying every new update or whatever that comes out. You almost feel like you're continually buying almost stock in a product and you're less and less getting excited about it. Whereas a one-time flat fee purchase of a retail game, I can take the hit on more often.
I like that from the
perspective of not making a ton of money before.
I'm not a big fan of the subscription stuff either.
So that's about as far as I'll go in that. I think some of that comment is a little unfair, like oblivious to their fan base. Nah, they know what people are saying. And they know what we wanted said. I'm trying to think what you're referencing so I could give you a fair response, but mostly what I'm just going to assume you're saying the dungeon XP nerfs because I think that's what people are mad about right now. I've said my opinion on this, which is that I would rather not the best thing in the game to do is also the least enjoyable at the same time. Where it's like I go into a dungeon, I go into a fucking party. It's a menu simulator of going into a party, going into a dungeon, grinding the dungeon, exiting the dungeon, and
okay, so this whole thing that he's doing, yeah, in Diablo 2, that's what we did. The fastest way to get to level 99 or 100 or whatever the fuck it was to join be a sork basically, join a bail run, go to your waypoint, teleport to the throne room, kill 5 waves of mobs, go into the throne room, kill the final boss with a big group of people, right? So monsters were really strong. They got stronger as more people joined the game, and it was global. Okay? So then you leave the game, make a new game, go back in, do it all over again. You have to do that like 10,000 times to get one fucking level. Like, so if you don't like the grindy fucking nature of Diablo 4, holy shit, this is easy sauce. Easy sauce. Too easy. Like, I don't understand how you could be an old school, if you could consider yourself an old school gamer, if you're not willing to grind some shit.
In the right row, requesting on the person, having them accept, clicking the transfer world button, hopping over. It's just bad gameplay, personally. So that for that,
it was good gameplay back
nerfing
then,
that, I would say
bad
let's
gameplay
take some
now.
of that nerf XP and put
We've been
it
spoiled.
elsewhere in the
Spoiled as
game.
video game
Like
players.
in my opinion, world bosses, so that you get a big chunk of like dopamine XP. Or these overworld events. That's my take. I don't think it's a crazy thing that once the boss shows up once a day, you get 300. Let's say 30% of a level. I mean, who cares? It's not going to.
I think I agree with him on the world boss
That's my take
thing.
on that. From what I'm seeing in your comments,
And they should also
it
make the
doesn't
world
look like
bosses
you
harder.
disagree too much.
If you guys haven't
You
seen
just
my video
seem
on world
maybe you're a
bosses,
little
they
bit
should make them
upset
harder.
that you spent a lot of hard-earned money on the game and it wasn't what you wanted, which is a fair way to feel. But I don't think it's fair to say the devs don't care and like they're purposely ignoring. I think that's a little
Like,
ship.
They should
Far gone. But
make
that's
it
my
be
response
like
to
a
that.
40-person thing.
What I mean is, for me personally, I feel like they don't want us to enjoy the game. They want us to be a grind place where people want to work 8+ hours a day just to come home, all sitting off to grind for 100+ hours, get to 70. What I'm hearing is that you are getting the value
that's all this guy's
of the
doing. Oh my
game
God,
for you out of completing the game, whereas this game is targeted towards the
Diablo games are grindy in nature. They are hack and slash dungeon grinding ARPG. That is what they are. I've never played Path of Exile, but I've watched some people play Path of Exile, and it's the same thing. Path of Exile, and there's a couple other ones that are ARPGs. They are grindy as shit. Grindy as shit. They're in Diablo 2. I'm gonna go Diablo 2 is like the best fucking one that's grindy as shit. Okay. Diablo 2, you could do a farm run that took you 2 minutes. You could do a farm run and you could literally do it 10,000 times and not get the item that you wanted. You might have gotten a bunch of other, like, specifically runes. Like, and I think runes are the thing because they gave you a currency that was better than gold. Like, runes. Okay, all right. Let's just keep watching.
demographic that gets the value of the game out of the process of playing through the game. That's what I'm thinking.
Don't like
I'm
Diablo's
actually
not for
trying
you.
to think about your thing fairly. And to be honest, I don't really want to get in like a $3 donation back and forth for the rest of the stream here, but I'm trying to do you justice, okay? You say, what you mean is personally, you feels like they don't want us to enjoy the game. They want us to be in Grindfest where people work 8+ hours a day just to come home and faux sin, not to have to grind for 100+ hours to get 70.
Okay, so like, if you have 90 days, if a season isn't going to end up being 90 days, and you play an hour or two a night, let's just say you play half the time. All right, so let's say 45 days. Let's say you play between 50 and 100 hours in a season. I mean, that's completion, right? You're like this. This game is built for people like me that just come home and play for a couple hours. Then, you know, you're a father. I'm not a father of three, but a father of three with a wife and a house and a job and all that stuff. He comes home, he eats dinner with the family, shoots the shit, puts the kids to bed. Comes into his game room or whatever, plays Diablo for 2 hours, drinks a couple of beers, then he's headed to bed to do playtime with the wife, and then does his day all over again. It's a perfect game. It's a perfect game. It's if you don't like the grind because you want to like be max level and enjoy max level for the season, like that's not like the grind is supposed to be the fun part. The grind, oh my god, I got a legendary and it's sacred or ancestral, and oh my god, I got 4, only one set of shit. Like that's the shit that you're waiting for. But that's what you're grinding for. Like, your grind, that's like, it could happen at any moment. You could get an awesome item at any moment. Like, that's what it's, anyway, all right. Fuck it.
I am sensing that you are going to enjoy the game more when you feel like I've done it, I've completed it, and you want like the item.
But what is
looting
completion
portion, like
for
being
him?
maxed, and you like the maxed experience. And I'm also sensing that
There's nothing to do at level 100.
Game
Once you kill Lilith, that's
more
it.
Casual audience, people who are going to play less, which actually, weirdly enough to me, seems like what you're saying you are, which is that, you know, we're people who work 8 hours a day, you come home and can't play 100 hours a day. Like, I actually think they kind of made this game for you.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Yeah.
I just think that you both long for the hardcore experience of, like, super being able to be at the end game without having to spend the hours to get there. But those games that are rewarding are typically only because it took those amounts.
But what do we call it? Okay, so what are we going to call in-game? Are we going to call in-game tier 4? If in-game tier 4, like if you're running an OP build, you could probably get there at like level like 60, early 60s, you could probably get there. So it'll take you, what, maybe 20 hours through the campaign. That'll put you at 50. Maybe you once you finish all your renowned and everything, that'll put you at, once you finish all your renowned and everything, that'll put you probably 60. You've probably already completed some Nightmare Dungeons, gotten some pretty boss-ass gear. You know, maybe that'd take you like another week, maybe, if you're playing, 2 to 4 hours on average per day, including the weekends or whatever. And then complete your level 70 dungeon. You're in-game in a week and a half, 2 weeks. But you completed at level 60, 64, 65, something like that. And just, like, that's not, like, that's where I am right now, and I play about that much, and mostly because I like doing this stuff, but what, like, you get to end game, what do? The grind from 70 to 100 is that, if you were going to consider that end game, you can get there in like 100 hours. 100 focused hours, you could get there. Which you could do even if you, only played 2 hours a day, and then you played maybe, 4, 5, 6 on the weekends, you could get that done easily in a month. You still have 2 months left. You still have 2 months left of a season. So, all right, whatever. We're gonna keep going.
Hours to get there. So it's the problem is you're grieving the loss of your time to be able to play those types of games that reward that type of behavior.
And it's supposed to be fun.
You're mad about it with this.
Otherwise,
game. Like that's what
not the
I
game for you.
think. Because I get what you're saying, but you're also like somewhat contradicting yourself with your opinion. Is how I feel about this. But I get where you're coming from. All right, and like it takes a long time to complete the game, but arguably people say at the end of the game is the worst part of the game. So I feel like slow down.
Okay, into the campaign.
Look at the game when you're playing it and realize it's not later on that I'm supposed to be having the fun. It's right now, and enjoy the process and fuck what everyone else is doing.
Yeah.
Play it like it's a Super Nintendo game and you don't have the internet. And I think you're going to infinitely feel better about it.
Yeah.
I think that's what's happening. I think you said
just
you
have
100%.
fun. That's a
Call
good.
me a gaming therapist, because the thing is I can actually feel what you're saying, because I feel that way too a lot of the times. But I just happen to have the job, which is this one, that allows me to actually be able to play these types of games. All right?
Yeah.
Looks like we're all still friends. Flixter says, "Why you made one of the best points I think I've ever heard. Treat this game as if you're playing a Super Nintendo game back in the day. Being 32, this hits home and makes a lot of sense.
And I'm 33 here.
Give me your stand. Look, first of all, I'm 32 also.
So we're all like the same age right here. We're all talking the same
We're
age.
of the same age, brother. We were born in 91, right? I have watched games go from something that we came home as like a Christmas present in and of itself, because it's a new game and no one knows what's under the cover, all right? And you put it in, and next to you is your favorite person in the world, probably a sibling, all right? And you turn on the game, or you watch your dad turn on the game, your mom, whatever, all right? And you guys have this, like, what's going to happen? And now you zoom forward 30 years, and you're in a game, you know everything about it, you pre-ordered it like 6 months before the fucking thing's even out. You've ate the goddamn KFC sandwich that have the cosmetics that you're probably never even going to use. Like, you've got the game solved in your head before you even open it up. And look, I'm not trying to preach against my own job, which is I quite literally give you guys tips and guides and stuff. Like, look, the reality is like, I love you guys for watching them, but these games are also like, they are best played blind.
Yep.
Because what the devs don't think
Figure it
before
out.
they launch it is this person has seen the entire game already. Bro, how many of you guys...
That is okay. So I would say that is the one downside. That's the one downside of like having like a pre-open or whatever. Also, the downside of like a lot of these games nowadays have like multiple phases of beta tests and server slams. And I mean, Diablo 4, I don't know how many betas they had. Alpha, beta, then multiple server slams just to really slam the fucking, like really test it. And honestly, it was like there really weren't that many issues this time. So I'm assuming that they're going to keep that same method. But the downside of that is that everyone basically gets to play the game, at least like a small portion of it, for free. So they can decide if they like it or not like it. So Diablo 3, I think that the first act was fucking awesome. I think the first act was fucking awesome. It was perfect. It was amazing. The storyline, it all meshed together. They spent a hellacious amount of time. It was polished as fuck. As soon as you get to act 2, it was absolute fucking shit. Absolute fucking shit. Absolute shit. Sure, they fixed it over time, but oh, fuck me, man. It was terrible. Anyway, all right. But let's get back to this.
You guys skipped the campaign because you've already fucking seen it and you haven't even played it yet. The story is half the game. Spoiler alert. We always talk about how games were better back then.
But beating the game is just the campaign.
We treat them like they're now.
The tier 4 stuff is like for elitist people like me and
you have to play them like you used to. Which is not instantly going into it looking to hate, not doing a million different microtransactions and pre-orders.
Yeah,
you buy the game at retail, you play it and say, fuck what everyone else is doing. You think what you think about it, and then after that, maybe you look into the community. That is what I would do on any game you ever want to play. It's not what I do, because I am like all of you, and we're all going to fucking do it anyway. Yep. Now, I'm not saying there aren't a lot of guides. What did Diablo say this time about this? Can I play this character with this? But there is a percentage of this that is our fault. Can we? That's all I'm saying.
I appreciate you guys for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. Comment down below. Let me know if you have any questions, comments, or you want to tell me my beard is beautiful or whatever. Until next time, Captain is out.